Hey, hi, hello, my friends. It's Christy with 4am Junk Journals. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm here this evening to play with the junk journal kit that I received in the Clutterbuster swap over on Junk Journals Crafts and More for the month of May. I was lucky enough to be partnered up with my friend Sherri, and she sent me this really cool little one signature journal. So we were swapping one signature journals with 5 papers folded in half. And so she sent me this really cool little journal, and then we also send a gallon-sized zippy bag full of goodies to complete the journals with to our partners. And so and what you're supposed to do is just use the clutter that's on your desk to fill your baggie, and then to an extent, you don't use any trash. You don't use, like real trash. You don't use um, anything smaller than, I think the size of paper has to be 4 by 4, that sort of thing. And you send about 50 items or thereabouts. So this is the bag of goodies that Sherri sent me, and I'm trying not to get it mixed up with all the other crap on my desk, because I need to clean my desk off really badly. So, and I just thought, why not have a little fun and work on this journal?
Okay, y'all, at this point I am switching to a voiceover for so many reasons. This is quite some time later. I think I recorded this video maybe a month ago or thereabouts. It's just been kind of sitting on my computer waiting for me to get to it. So now we're going to get to it. So as you can see, I'm just kind of going through all the things that Sherri had sent me in her baggie that comes with the Clutterbuster, and she sent so many cool things. And so there's like some cardboard pieces. There's a lot of papers, just a lot of fun stuff, and I'm just kind of sorting it at this point and trying some things out to see, what do I like, where do I like it, that sort of thing. And then in a few minutes, I'll actually, well, I don't know how long it'll be on the video, but here in a minute, I'll start actually gluing things down. So she sent so many pretty papers, and I had such a hard time, because, and I'm still using them. Even a month later, I'm still working on this journal, and I'm still going through all the goodies she sent and using them. And it's so much fun. This whole swap idea was so much fun. Okay, so I'm trying to decide where I want that exactly, and we'll see here in a minute what I decide to do. Oh, I have to tell you guys. Okay, so I was looking in the news, right? Because I'm always looking for things that are interesting in the news. I don't know how interesting this is, but it's a little disturbing when you think about the state of our world. So I'm just trying to get the size right there, and then I'm putting that into that page. But in California, a tree fell on a little 1-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow. And there were, a couple of people inside, renters of the house, and a couple of dogs. And anyway, luckily nobody was hurt. But they're now selling this house. Now, I want you to understand, the house has no ceilings. It's got, and I'm just putting a little thumb notch there in that pocket. So it's got no ceilings. It's got hanging wiring. It's got, it's crushed. And I mean, the house is not even livable. They're selling this house, guys, for $500,000. $500,000, and talking about what a bargain price it is. How ridiculous is our world with our housing market? Okay, so I did a little inking there on that pocket, and so now I'm just gluing it in, and I'm giving it a little bit of a gusset there so that it can hold more. So yeah, so that whole thing with that house, I mean, I'm just like, I am floored. Like, our housing prices here in Texas have gotten ridiculous, okay? And rent is through the roof. It's crazy. But oh my goodness, can you imagine? Those of you who live in California, I'm sorry. That is insane. $500,000 for a house you can't even live in? And they're talking about how um, houses to demolish a house that is more than 50 years old, you have to have a special review or something. But since it was an act of God, then with this tree falling on the house, then they can bypass that and do any work they want to the house without having to have the review first. Like, what? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's insane. Okay, so I'm putting like a gusset all the way around to let this pocket stand up a little bit so that I can fit more in it. Because what I've started doing since this, so this was um, just going to be, the Clutter Buster journal she sent and the bag of goodies. But then that kind of set me off on a path of making friendship journals, which is what this is going to be, is my friendship journal with Sherri. And so basically what I've been doing for a long time is setting aside the things that people send to me. It started, I was setting it aside altogether just to prevent sending stuff to people that they had sent me. So anything that I received in a swap or whatever, I would just set to the side. Well, a lot of it had gotten mixed up, where I didn't know who sent what or whatever. Well, then I decided to start separating them. And so I got those bags, those like see-through bags from Temu, and started separating things by person. And I've labeled the bags so I know, like, okay, this person's stuff goes in here, blah, blah, blah. And so now I've started friendship journals, which basically means that I only put things, I've got a journal, or I create a journal for each person, and put the things that they sent me in there. Create the journal using the things they sent me. Now, there are some exceptions to that. So like if I want something that I can't find in what we've swapped or whatever, then I've got all that stuff that I had saved to the side that I didn't know who sent it anymore, but I knew it was sent in a swap, that I can use in any of the friendship journals. So I do have that as a backup, but yeah, this was a amazing gift from Sherri, and I'm having so much fun with it. Okay, so you can see there, she sent that little like thing that says friend, and so I cut that out and I took the frame part and I put it there on the pocket, and now I'm taking each of the letters and I'm giving them some ink so that they can stand up on that page, and taking them off of there, taking them off of the backing and putting them onto the pocket. Just giving it some ink so it'll show, because that background is beautiful, but it didn't allow, the letters to show much when they were just white. I'm being mauled by a kitten. I'm sorry if you guys can hear his purring, but it's early in the morning and I'm sitting in my chair, so he thinks he needs to be on top of me. He wraps himself around my neck and tries to climb on my chest, and he's obnoxious. His name is Scrappy, and he's a pain in the butt, and I'm very sorry if you can hear him. Anyway, so I'm just gluing those down. I am using my goodness, glue stick, which I've started doing more and more. At first, I was a little concerned because the glue sticks I was using didn't seem to stick very well. However, these glue sticks, stick very, very well. And I got these, oh, I don't know, maybe a year ago. My husband and I went to Sam's, and they had like huge amounts of glue sticks and bottles of glue in like a big collection for practically nothing. And we bought out every one of them they had in the store. I wound up donating all of the bottles of Elmer's school glue to the oh goodness, nursing home where I used to work for their activities. But I kept all the glue sticks, and I have tons of glue sticks, and they work pretty well. I mean, they hold. So I use them more and more now. So I just put that little butterfly on there. I kind of like the way it looks there. It's kind of cute. And I'm going to go ahead and put the tag where she, we send these Happy Mail tags along. I'm going to put that in the book here in a minute. And I am just, like I said, I recorded this some time ago, and I'm watching this as I am recording this voiceover. So I don't actually remember what order I do things in. So bear with me. And I have never successfully done a voiceover before. I always wind up deleting them because I don't like the way I sound, stumbling over my words and seeming like I am clueless. So I'm taking these little blings, and I'm just forming a little flower there by gluing each little piece of the bling down. Yeah. So back to the housing market. I don't understand the whole concept of, first of all, I don't understand the concept of selling a house that's completely crushed without fixing it first. Surely there was insurance on that house. Wouldn't you think you could just fix the house and, maybe the renters want to move back in? I don't know. But wouldn't you think you'd want to fix the house using the insurance money before you tried to, because, of course, I guess if you could get $500,000 and the insurance money to boot, then, but that's wrong. That is so wrong. I don't know. And I wonder, will someone actually buy that? Will someone actually pay $500,000 for a house they cannot even live in? It would almost have to be an investor, right? Someone who was like, I will buy this, fix it up, and sell it for $1 million or $1.2 million or some crazy crap like that. I don't know. It's insane. Tell me your thoughts. Let me know what kind of pricing do you get for houses in your area? And would you pay $500,000 if you had it for a house that had been crushed by a tree? I mean, really, would you do that? Okay, so I'm playing with the cover of the journal now, trying to decide exactly what do I want there. What I love about this journal is it's just made from like this paper bag. So it's a blank slate, right? I can do anything I want. Okay, well, that was kind of strange, I have to tell you. I'm just sitting here recording along, and all of a sudden, everything just stops. And I'm like, well, what happened? Did I come to the end of the video and not realize it? Surely not, because this video is like 57 minutes long. I'm guessing you can only do a voiceover for so long. I don't know. So anyway, as I was saying, what I love about this journal is that because it was just made from a brown paper bag, it's a blank slate. You can do anything you want with a journal like that. Absolutely take it in any theme, color scheme, anything that you want to do. And I had a really, really good time with this one. Okay, it happened again. I think what happened is I bumped my computer. Like my laptop is sitting on my lap and I think it's because I bumped the laptop desk messing with the cat. So I think that's what stopped the video recording. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm going to try this one more time. I went with a darker color for this cover because it continues to give me kind of that neutral, I can do whatever I want type of thing. And this this journal, as with all of my friendship journals, is going to be very eclectic anyway, because it's a variety of things, right? So I've been swapping in this group for over a year, and a lot of that time, well, most of that time with the same people. There are other people, that I've got a few things from, but the ones that I'm focusing my friendship journals on at this point are people I've been swapping with a lot for a long time. So there might be Christmas things, there might be Halloween things, there might be, there's such a huge variety of things that we've swapped that going very neutral and very eclectic and very, it's the way to go. So she sent this card in the Clutterbuster bag about friendship, and I've chosen to put that card on the front of the journal. And so I covered it in this black cardstock, and I'm putting this but like I think I actually do turn it into a pocket. I can't remember, but anyway, I'm putting this backing paper there, so this textual paper, and I'm going to glue that down, and then I'm going to put that card right there on top of that, and that kind of frames it out. No, I didn't turn it into a pocket. I couldn't remember. So that will actually kind of frame that out. Oh, excuse my yawn. And maybe I turned that. I can't remember, guys. No, I didn't. No pockets on the front, okay? The journal is in the other room. I am actually sitting in my living room filming this in my chair, or not filming, but doing the voiceover in my chair, because it's just so much more comfortable than trying to sit at the table. My legs have been swelling up a lot, so this is super comfy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these chipboard letters that she sent, and I'm going to spell out my name on the front, because, yeah, super fun, right? However, I do have, my name is kind of long to spell out, so I'm kind of staggering the letters. Number one, I love the way it looks, and number two, it allows my entire name to fit there. You'll see me just kind of playing with the layout of that for a few minutes. And then here in a minute, once I get that glued down, I'll do some inking to really let those letters stand out and to give it a little color. So what else is going on in the world? Yesterday was a work day. And so, and currently my boss is out of town. She's on a cruise. She and her husband are on a cruise. So I'm not at the university this week. I'm doing asynchronous classes so that I can be in the office for my other job all week while my boss is out. So that's been interesting. Now her brother, who is actually the president of the company, he's there, but it's been different. It's been quiet and relatively uneventful around the office. See, they left last Thursday. So they didn't actually leave on the cruise until I think Saturday, but they haven't been in the office since last Thursday. Excuse me. So since Friday, it's been, and I think it's just because so many people come in to talk with my boss, and ask her questions and blah, 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 blah. And without her there, some of that has slowed down considerably, right? So yesterday I did payroll, and, well, I started payroll. I got half of it done. And so today I'll finish that up. It is currently 2 a.m. I've been up for about an hour, and I will probably around 4:30 I'll go lay back down for an hour or so, and get up and shower and get ready for work. But today I have to finish up payroll. I'm going to do some grading. I actually left work 45 minutes early yesterday with the intention of coming home and doing some grading. But I was just so tired. When I got home, guys, it was all I could do to keep my eyes open until I think I went to bed at like 6. And I was going to just lay down and take a short nap. And I woke up at 1. So, I mean, I was tired. I'm still tired, but oh goodness, just talking about it's making me yawn. I'm still tired, but not like I was. Okay, so I've got the letters all glued down finally, and now I'm just cleaning up some of that glue with my little spreader thing there. The Fabri-Tac allows you usually to scrape some of that off once it dries, because it doesn't dry quite as clear as some of the other glues. And so, I mean, it's clear, but it's not, if that makes sense. So I'm just scraping some of that off. You have to be careful, though, because you don't want to tear the paper while you're scraping. But anyway, and so now I'm going to come back with the ink, and I'm going to just ink over that to give it a little bit of color. So I'm starting with the black, shoot, what is that called? Archival ink. Yes, I had to see the cover of the thing to remember. I'm starting with the black archival ink, and that just gives it a little bit of the dark. And now I'm going to pull out one of my new Distress Oxides, and this is, I don't remember what color that is, and I'm not in the other room to tell you. But anyway, I'm just going over the whole thing with that purple, and it's really giving it kind of a almost like a Halloween-y sheen there. Anyway, it's beautiful. I love it. And it gives that kind of glow behind it because I just went over the whole thing. Anyway, it's very pretty. So, and I'm just kind of admiring it. Like, yes, I like that. I can't remember what I do next, so let's stay tuned and see. And I love how I did the friend thing on the inside there. That really made me very happy as well. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to play with the inside front cover here for a minute. Let's see what I'm doing, because I don't recall. So yeah, worked yesterday. I'll be working today. I have been doing some work on some digitals. So I have to tell you, so over on Junk Journals Crafts and More, we do a weekly thing where it's called the Sunday Share, where people can post up to 3 things that they want to share with other people, and then they can come in and claim, up to 3 items from different people. And so for Sunday Share this past week, I offered up free digital mini kits designed based on your own theme or idea. And so I've been working on the 3 people who claimed those. I've been working on 2 of theirs. I'm still waiting for the 3rd person to tell me what kind of theme she wants. But they turned out so cute. So one of them is an angel with like long flowing blonde hair. And the other is, she said she wanted a coffee theme. And I did a coffee/fall gnome theme that turned out super stinking cute. And I've also started offering in my coffee shop, if you want your own mini kit, which would have like 5 files. If you want your own like mini kit based on your own theme, I've started offering those made to order, and they're exclusive. So if you get it, if you order it, you're the only one who gets those files. So, but anyway, they have turned out the 2 that I've done have turned out really good. I'm really enjoying those. Now, for the freebies, I only did 2 files. So I did so I'm staying with the purple theme here and just covering the inside of that with that cardstock. So for the freebies, I only did like an image file and then a file of ephemera or tags. But for the made to order ones, it's like 5 files. So you get 2 images, a background, a journaling page, and a page of ephemera. So it looks like I'm thinking about a pocket here. Let's see. I'm just trying some things out just to see what I like. So anyway, so I've been doing that. I've been doing more and more with the digitals. So it looks like I decided on that piece of wallpaper to go on there kind of as a side pocket. I've been doing more and more of the digitals, and I've been really focusing in on like digital collage. And I'm making that part into a pocket as well. I know I'm all over the place, guys. I'm making that part into a pocket as well. I did glue it kind of far up to keep it from being quite so deep, just because if you have a deep top loading pocket, it can be kind of a pain. And then I'm going to take that little card and I'm going to put that along the bottom as a final pocket. So you actually have 3 pockets there. You've got the side loader at the top, which isn't extremely functional, but it does work. And then you've got kind of the more shallow pocket there in the middle. And then I'm just inking around that, and then I'm going to put that on the bottom as a final pocket. So the collection that I'm working on right now, and when I say I'm focusing in more on the collage, what I mean is rather than just going into the AI program and creating the files in their entirety, right? I am actually going in and working on digital collage where I'm just taking single elements and creating a collage from these elements. So basically it's like taking my stash and making a physical collage, except that it's all being done digitally with my individual elements I've made. So it looks like I'm just adding a little bit of the black archival ink to that just to give it a little bit of color. I did go around it with that purple. I love the way it looks. So we've got pockets everywhere. Now I'm going to the next page. So I'm just continuing to just kind of play with the placement, trying to decide what do I want where. And I love that that airplane, but as far as like gluing it down, I think I decided against that, and I'm just going to put it into a pocket. But I'm still playing with all the ideas with these papers. My cat is back with his little purr attack. I can't get rid of him. So I'm sorry if you're listening to it again. He just will not go away. So right here I'm thinking about a belly band. And so what I've got there is I've got a dark, one of the black cardstock cutoffs, and then I've got this other little piece that I'm going to glue on top of it and use that black as like a, what do you call it, like a framing out, a matting. Yes, matting, that's the word. And I'm going to turn that black piece of cardstock, I believe, into a belly band here in a minute, I think, if I recall right. Again, I'm just measuring to make sure that I get it to the correct size. I'm cutting a little bit from each end so that I can keep that piece centered. I don't know what just happened there, but looks like I got the belly band down. Now I'm working on the other page. I think I just cut out a bunch of stuff that wasn't needed there is what happened. Or maybe I had to get up and go do something and I came back. I don't know. But so I'm working on the facing page now. Oh, so what I did there, I remember that now. What I did there was I took the trimmer and I cut like slices into that piece of cardstock and made it where you can put things into it in the different like layers there. So I'm going to glue that down, and essentially it's going to give me like a 3-part pocket, but it's all one piece, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. So yeah, so see, you can put it in the 3 different areas. Now I've got a little piece of that. I think I decided against using that little wood piece. We'll see. I can't remember. So yeah, keep scraping glue off my fingers. And these are just different little elements that were in the baggie I'm playing with. Pretty sure I decide that I do want that butterfly as a topper. Sorry, I'm having cat issues. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I go ahead and glue that on there. And that gives, because that pocket's pretty deep, it gives me a little pull there on the top that'll allow that particular piece of paper to go into that pocket without getting lost down in there. I'm just giving it a little bit of ink. I'm going to add the butterfly on the top. So anyway, I started telling you the digital collection that I'm currently working on with all the collage is like a Halloween-y horror. It's not even Halloween. It's a horror collection, which if you know me at all, you know I really enjoy the horror aspects of, of like movies, books, that sort of thing. And so a lot of the imagery as well. And so I'm creating this collection. It's called, what did I call it? Cursed something, a collection of nightmares. Cursed grounds, maybe? Cursed something, a collection of nightmares. I can't remember. But right now I have 5 of the images done. And I think I'm only going to do the 6 collages. And then I will add in some other elements into the collection that will have, like, you know, the like things made from the elements themselves. So like journaling pages and ephemera. But I think I only have the 1 more collage to do, which I've already started. And then I will have that collection almost ready to go. It still takes, even once all the images are done, once all the files are done, it still takes quite some time to get it from that point to the point of listing. But just because there's so much, you know, like busy work involved in that. And so I'm hoping I can have it up by the end of the week, possibly even have it in my coffee shop by the end of today or tomorrow. But I'm hoping for sure by the end of the week. If I didn't have so many other things I'm required to do in my life, I could probably get it done a little bit faster. So I just took this little like negative die cut. I think that's a negative. It might not be. It might be the actual die cut. Anyway, I don't know. But I backed that onto some of that other paper and trimmed around it. Now I'm giving it some ink. And I'm going to actually use that as an element in my journal. Ow, 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 cat, ow. Ow, hey, that's my hand. Ow. I'm getting claws and teeth dug into me at the moment. And he's kicking me. All because I am like messing with his belly. Okay, so yeah, so I turned that into a little journaling card, which will fit right there in that pocket. Now I'm playing with this, third piece, and this negative dye on this vellum paper. I can't remember for sure what I decided to do here. We'll see. Looks like I'm liking the cosmic effect there. And I like the 3 holes. I think that really has a very cool look. I'm going back and putting the journaling card in along with some other little goodies just to kind of play with it. Still working on placement. I am all clawed up now. I'm still trying to decide what to do about that piece. I'm going to trim it down, but I can't remember what I do with it, if I just put it in there or what I'm doing with it. I don't recall. No, it looks like I'm going to make it into a tabbed thing. I have to add a little glue there, keep that down. So if you guys don't have one of these tab punch boards from We Are Memory Keepers, it's really very awesome. I got it years and years ago, so probably 7, 8 years ago, and I use it a lot. I love it. And yes, I could cut the tabs myself, but I love the way those look. And then I've got that, I don't remember who that's by, but that like punch down there at the bottom to make the memory deck style punches. So I turned it into a memory dex or Rolodex card is what I did with that paper. And I'm moving on to the next page. One thing I do want to kind of pop in here and say at this point, and we're 37 minutes in, so hopefully you've stuck with me this far, is that I want to remind you guys about the monthly giveaway. So every month, beginning last month, every month I'm doing a giveaway. So the way it works is all throughout the month, in this case, all throughout the month of September, every video that I post in September counts. If you comment on the video, you get an entry into the drawing. And this can be for every video. So let's say I post 5 videos and you comment on all 5, you get 5 entries, right? And then on the 1st of October, I will pick 2 winners by random number generator. And each of those winners receives every digital collection that I have put into my coffee shop throughout that month. So it used to be my coffee and Etsy, but I've pretty much stopped doing Etsy. I still have some things in there just because I'm waiting for some people who purchased things to download them. I'm afraid if I shut down my Etsy shop before they've downloaded them that they won't get to. So that's kind of why my Etsy shop is still there, but I'm only working with my coffee shop at this point. So anyway, the 2 winners will receive every digital collection I have put into my coffee shop throughout that month. So all comments on September videos get you an entry into the drawing for all the digital collections that came out in September in my coffee shop. So last month, for August, I only did 3 videos in August. That's nuts, right? But for the 2 winners from August, they wound up receiving 4 digital collections apiece. This month, I've already got, I think, 4 or 5 collections new in my coffee shop, and today is only the 11th. So what that means is that there will probably be quite a few more collections in the winning this month. Okay, so I did go ahead and glued down those cosmic pieces as pockets, And it looks like I'm going to put this vellum piece right there on top with the 3 little holes, which I think that's so cool looking. I'm adjusting my chair, so hopefully we're not going to lose the recording part again. Nope, looks like we're okay. I cannot remember what I'm doing at this point. I think I'm going to wind up taking some of those, if I remember right, I think I wind up taking some of those chipboard pieces, the like swirly ones. I think this is where I put them. I can't remember for sure. We'll see. I'm just kind of sorting through stuff, trying to find what I want to play with here. And we are, this video, I wound up splitting this into a couple of parts. So this first part is like 57 minutes long, and then there's a second part. And I can't remember if I recorded them at 2 different times or if I split them up into 2 different parts. I really don't recall at this point. Like I said, this has been quite some time ago when I was doing this. So what I did was I just came in, and because this was hours, and so I just came in and sped everything up to 300 times the speed, and decided to do this voiceover that makes me super uncomfortable. So I hope that you guys aren't finding it as awkward as I am finding it. I really do want to put out good content, though, and 3 hours of just watching me kind of stumble over myself wasn't really good content. Plus, when I recorded this, I was sick, so my voice sounded pathetic, which you guys probably saw in the intro part, right? So I didn't really want y'all listening to that either. So I'm just playing with it, trying to decide where to put things. Leave that alone. I have been decluttering. So I've got this trash bag. So I've been going through boxes of like crafting supplies that have been packed up since we moved here a year ago, right? Or it'll be a year in November. And they've never been unpacked. So I'm starting to go through them, and I've got this trash bag sitting here that I've just been throwing things into. And my cats have decided that that's just the coolest thing on earth because it rattles at them. So, so now I've got some word stuff there, and it looks like I took a phrase and I cut it down into pieces, and I'm putting it inside the little round circle. I can't see what it says. I don't remember. But that's fun. I love doing that. I love when you can take these little strips, these little like quote strips or whatever, and cut them down like that and turn them into, you know, a piece there. Looks like I had something I had to do on my phone. I should have cut that part out. But anyway, I really didn't do a lot of editing. I'm sorry about that. Like, as far as the only editing I did was to speed this up and now to do the voiceover. Didn't really do a lot of editing as far as like cutting things out and stuff like that. I'm trying really hard not to do so much editing on my videos at this point. I want to continue to put out good content, but if I spend a lot of time editing, I can't do as many videos because, you know, my work life is busy. And so in order to have more time to do the parts that I love, the recording of the videos and the crafting, I have to cut back on the editing so that, you know, I have more time. So what I have there are like some little stickers that are, they're like, tarot card stickers, and I'm just kind of lining them up there, right there against that cosmic background, and they look really cool, really, really cool. So I collect tarot cards, guys. This is insane. I don't use them. You know, they stay in a box on my shelf in their individual little card boxes. And I'm trying to decide if I want to take them and like do something with them, like frame them or something. Knowing full well I'll be breaking up the collections, blah, blah, blah. But it seems crazy to me that I've spent all this money on these tarot cards and they're just sitting there in a box on the shelf and they never get touched or looked at. That seems wasteful, and I'm not enjoying them because they're boxed up, right? So I'm thinking about pulling them out and doing something with them. Let me know what you think. What would you do? Would you? I mean, because like I said, I know I'd be breaking up the collections, and part of me is like, no, you can't do that, you know. And then the other part of me is like, but they're so wasted where they're at, and they're so beautiful, and to just waste them by just leaving them in this box seems crazy. But at the same time, it goes against everything that I feel in my soul to break these up. Okay, so I used that vellum and I made a little pocket there, and then I've got this little like metal round piece with the paper insert that I have inked, and now I'm gonna put some more words on it, and I think I'm gonna glue it right there on top of the vellum. I believe is what I decided to do. So I'm cutting something down. Don't remember what they say, and I cannot see it in this editing software. I can't get close enough to see what those say. I'm sure you guys can see it. I hope y'all can see what it says. But in this editing software, the way that I'm looking at this, I cannot see specifically what that says. It's not close in enough. Oh, my cat came over here and clawed the crap out of my hand, and now it's itching really bad. I have a cat allergy, which is insane because I have 2 cats. But I do okay until they claw me or bite me or get into my face. And when they claw or bite me, the itching is unreal. And right now, my hand itches so bad. So bad. So I've got these little stars, and I'm going to glue those down. And then it looks like some little like leaf pieces that I'm gluing behind them. Or, well, the leaves are stickers, so I'm just sticking those. But anyway. Oh, pardon me. Giving them a little bit of ink. And cleaning up a little bit of the glue. Starting to wind down now. My enthusiasm for voiceovers is starting to wind down now, guys. We have 10 minutes in this video left, and I'm like, what do I talk about now? So as far as the Halloween horror, or the horror collection that I'm coming out with, oh, so it's got this little mini, sorry, I'm all over the place, I'm telling you. That's a little mini file folder that she made and sent to me that's super stinking cute, and I'm kind of going to play with that a little bit. So as far as this like horror, okay. So that washi is not something she sent to me. That was something I had in my stash. But I believe that was something I just had in my stash. But as far as the washi goes, I'm perfectly comfortable with using just, you know, things from my stash for that. One more time. As far as that horror collection goes, right now it has a graveyard, a carnival theme, a marshlands. Get out of there! Sorry. So a graveyard, a carnival theme, a marshlands, a pumpkin patch. Oh, and an asylum, an abandoned asylum. And then the 6th one that I'm currently working on is like a witch's cottage in the woods, because I am actually working on my dissertation on Hansel and Gretel, and so you got to have the witch's cottage in the woods, right? So that's the 6th file, or the 6th collage that I'm currently working on. Okay, so it kicked me out of the recording again. This time I'm not even sure why. But anyway, so yeah, so I think that's going to be a really cool collection when I get it done. Okay, so what I did here is I put some of the washi onto like some backing, and I've glued it on there, and now I am like turning it into like a little mini pocket down there. I think that's what I did. Isn't that what I did? I don't know. I was dealing with that and completely forgot what I did. I'm pretty sure that's what I did, but you guys just saw it. So if that's not what I did, I'm sorry. I'm mind boggled at the moment. This is what I'm telling you. I'm brand new to the voiceovers and I feel so awkward. So let me know, is it okay? If you have any suggestions for how to make it better, let me know. So I glued down that little mini file there on top of that like pocket, and I'm just making sure that the pocket stays open as the glue dries is what I'm doing there. Also trying to get off some of the glue that's like excess. And then I'm going to put that little circle thing right there in that little mini pocket. And I'm trying to make sure that the circle thing does not get stuck in the glue. So I just want to make sure it dries well. Now it looks like I'm going to put another quote in there into the file. And then I have this like little wooden chipboard piece that I'm now adding some ink to. And it's the swirly. Remember I told you I knew there was a swirly. I couldn't remember where I put it. This is apparently where I put it. I should have brought the journal in here with me as I was doing this so I'd remember where everything is. But I didn't. It's such a gorgeous journal, guys. And I still have a lot of work to do to it, but it is so beautiful. And I'm just so blessed. And Sherri, if you happen to be watching this video, I don't think you do watch my videos, but if you happen to be watching this video, thank you again. It's just so beautiful. And she sent this really cool paper clip, which is what I'm playing with there. And what I'm doing is I've glued down the paper clip, which is set on like a dimensional piece, and I've glued that down onto that page, and then it's clipped over the file folder to hold that file folder closed. Now, if I want to open the file folder, I just obviously take it out of the paper clip, open it, and then I can reclip it. And it works out really well. And that paper clip is just absolutely the coolest thing. I'm not a fan of paper clips, but if I could get some like that, I would use them in my journals regularly because that is really neat. So I'm just gluing down some little bling. Making a little bit of a pattern there with it. I can't believe I used my glue stick for that. But I mean, I've played with this journal multiple times and it appears to hold, so. So now I'm adding some bling over there on the little circle thing, the little metal piece. I think those are, what are those? Those are, I don't know. Anyway, I'm adding some there and a little bit to the flowers and leaves up at the top. I thought so. I think I'm going to add some more of those swirly chipboard pieces there, I believe is what I'm doing. I was pretty sure that I did not leave it at 1. So it looks like this part of the video is just about over. So I'm going to go ahead and just get ready to wrap it up here in a minute. Be sure and watch the second part, which hopefully will be coming up in the next couple of days. If not, then definitely probably by the end of the weekend I can get it done. I imagine it will be a voiceover as well. Just because, like I said, these videos were very long. I was sick at the time of filming them. So I think, just to make sure that the content is worth watching, I will probably do a voiceover on that as well. Hopefully you guys find it still worth watching with my crazy voiceovers and my nonsense. But anyway, yeah. So I'm adding some additional bling chipboard pieces there. Those little dots are chipboard dots. And then I've got that chipboard flower that it looks like I'm going to add there. I am also adding a few things to the pocket. Just kind of playing with the placement of everything at this point. I do believe there's another paper clip involved in this. And I'm just messing around right now with where do I want things. I gave that little chipboard flower, a lot of the purple color. And it turned out beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. I do kind of stick with this purple and black theme throughout this part anyway, this part of the video anyway. So there we have it. This is the first part of making this journal, filling this journal anyway, finishing this journal. There's the word I'm looking for. So, and again, Sherri, thank you so much. I love, love, love the journal. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope you have found it useful or at the very least entertaining. I hope that you have crafted along with me, and I hope that you will join me for the second part of this video and any other videos coming up. I hope that you'll come back and join me. Be sure and leave me a comment down below. Like the video. Remember, comments enter you into the drawing for the grand prize on the 1st of October. Let me know what you're crafting. Drop me some pictures. I love to see your pictures. And yeah, I will talk with all of you again very, very soon. Bye.